The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Throwing, say it. Rush right to space. They've got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down.
Booster!
From the gun on 3rd down, say it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Good, right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown, you want to be aggressive. And right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Here's Moore to throw. Extending the play. Slings it downfield. Out wide left, it's Johnson. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Moore will throw. Got it in the middle, it's Hill.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Hang on, Sloopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Now here's Moore. Looking down the middle. Intercepted a first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up with a solid
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. He just the number one job of the quarterback. You better protect the football. I don't care how good you are. You better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, Dave. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Here's Julian saying to throw. Here comes the heat. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. You can grab, but you can't hold on. Defensive holding penalty will give this offense a 1st down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Gets the back moving. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock.
Break. So let's go. Slide. Ready. Freeze.
Here's Sayin to throw. On target. And they swarm him on.
Running backs are wide receivers. They're doing such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happen with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that they basically have become wide receivers.
First down. Sets his feet. It's Sayin. Under pressure. He's knocked down short gain. Maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Third and short, coming defense trying to rise up. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Fourth down, Sayin. Fires to the right. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down. Opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Dante Moore. They're all over it. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Ohio State calls its second timeout. They'll still have one in their pocket with what's left in this first half. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get on the field on 3rd and long. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Saying. Makes the grab. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. The Buckeyes want to move quickly. Back to throw, it's Saying. Right side, it's Smith. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Taking a deep shot before the half. Go to the end zone, it's picked off. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Air Force taking on the number 22 team, the Army Black Knights. And it's the Falcons engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the second half.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long.
Booster.
Saying from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. There he goes. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And want nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Man, nowhere to run on that play.
About all you can say is do better. That's the part. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you can do.
Moore with the play fake. Look out! And point makes it 14-3. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Oh, pressure's coming. The defense bringing the heat. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Say it. To not get free, it forces the third down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And that's really good tackling by this defense, man. Third down, understanding the sticks. And what you got to do is break on the football. That drag route comes open. He sees him. He throws it. Man, it does not stay open long because they break on the football with great tackling and force the fourth down.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Moore got there right as the ball did. Jordan moves it, we third down.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But with these type of plays right here, it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play. The defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
In the gun on third down. Moore unloads to the right. Working the big fella to the corner. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They don't need a bunch on second down. From the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, after they struggled running the ball in the first half, you just wonder if this coaching staff made some adjustments at halftime and just said, look, we've got to get more physical and we've got to own the line of scrimmage. After that successful run, they got to keep doing this here in the second half.
Throwing more. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. against this defensive look. Throwing, say it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Face the ground. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pick up on the couple.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Lined up in the gun on third down. Say it. Left side, it's Jackson. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out of their own 37.
And to say he has trust in his running back catching the football is an understatement. I mean, there's 2 guys on him. Like, he was absolutely covered, but he still makes the play. And he does that a lot, man. He's a game breaker. He's a guy that can make big plays for this offense. If I'm the QB, though, I might be a little bit careful. If they got that many guys on him, I got to be safe with the football.
One more quarter to play. It looks as if we are ready to go here in the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Quarterback changing the play. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. He's got it down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty.
Ready. Red 18. Check.
Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Fires left. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. They'll stop him at the 37, and the defense comes up with a big pick.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His 2nd big game-changing play in this football game.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back up by 2 scores. Sees a crease. Hit and stop right there. Not much on that pickup.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch. But advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Here's more to throw. Rush right in his face. Out wide right, it's Stewart. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
After giving up that big shot defensively, how confident are you calling that coverage again? You're now on your own end of the field, and now your backs are against the wall.
It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. 1st and 10 from the 24. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and beating the clock. They got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Moore will throw. He's got the back in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Working that left side now. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Still looking to his right. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking up the football at the perfect time.
Dante Moore wants to throw again. And it's intercepted. Maybe breathing more life into this team. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
I'm definitely trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. The worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back in an opportunity like this.
So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day.
That's a bad decision by the quarterback. In that area of the field, you have got to be careful. If the guy's not wide open, you've got to throw that football away because not only are you getting it picked off, but he's returning it now down close to your goal line and setting his offense up in great field position.
To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
He'll start the return inside his 5.
And that's not what you want out of that kick return. If you're that return guy, you've got to make something happen. You've got to be able to make a guy miss. That's why you're back there in the first place, because of your athleticism. You've got to be able to generate better field position on that kickoff return.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. Using his legs, it's Jackson. They put the brakes on him.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game. This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
And the Buckeyes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work.
Red 54, red 180, go!
It's inside. It's Jackson. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
And now on second down for this offense.
Ready, go!
Give to the running back. Stop right there.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Toss sweep right. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit and throw the football around.
Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback takes a knee. Second and long here. Quarterback takes a knee. That was hardly a performance worthy of a #1 team in the country, and now they have to look themselves in the mirror and see if they can get this thing right.
Yeah, they got hammered. Like, this was not competitive. This was a bad performance. And the committee watches every single week. And being the #1 team in the country, obviously you got some pressure on you, but this squad's got to perform better. They got to show up, man. This was an embarrassing loss. And, Jesse, they're going to have to get some things fixed if they want to go try to